What's up, guys? Today and tomorrow, don't think I'll finish tonight, but today I am working on this E24 right here. I did have an unfortunate weekend. Wagon is on stocks. So, due to me not being able to align the rear end for so long, because you need custom brackets or whatever, or the bushings, whatever it is to correct the toe, I could not get the toe as straight as I possibly could. I was always towed in like crazy because BMW's naturally toe in. So I fucking wore through my tires, and I didn't flip them in time, so I'm showing wires. It's whatever. I'll eventually get the new tires. Not expensive. I buy cheap tires anyway. But I'm not worried about it because daily. So today, E24 is getting some bags. We're going with a Airlift 3P kit. We've got 5-gallon tank, single compressor. Probably gonna mount this as OEM looking as possible back here. For these cars, and many old BMWs, you cannot just bolt on a front coilover or air strut, whatever your application is. They have to be welded. So, shout out Lucas out in Austin. Super fangirl at this point. I've been a fan of his for a long time, before I even had my first E36. His E306, his ratty E36. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I'll drop a picture right here. That thing was one of my inspirations for getting an E36. That and Sean Quill's E36. Love that car so much. It's kind of what got me into BMWs, period. Is that rake. Love it. The ratty E36 was an absolute... It was iconic, dude. It was an iconic fucking car. But he's the one who went ahead and got these welded in. So I'm going to thread the bags in here, put the car on jack stands, and probably get the struts on the car as soon as possible. I mean, like within the next hour or so. That way, I can get the trunk mat stuff, lay another table right here, and just kind of work my mat area to see where I'm going to mount like the tank, the compressor, everything like that. Get the okay from old boy, see if that's where he wants everything mounted. But yeah, I mean, that's it for right now. I'm going to get to working on this thing. Unfortunately, BMW and this generation did not have a trunk mounted battery. Instead, it is up here, which is not like necessarily a bad thing. It just makes it a little bit more work to run the wiring harness back into the front, or to the front of the car. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, get to working on this. I'll probably mount everything as much as, route everything as much as possible, management wise. My plan is to probably run the controller wire through one of the back seats and just have it coming up here and through here so he can mount his controller, somewhere over there or wherever he wants to mount it. Usually where cars have it mounted. Alright, so I got all the coilovers adjusted, got all the fittings in. These fittings are not push to connect. But something about these that I actually like. So with these, you slip the line in with this on the other side, of course. Let me get all this off. So this will be on the airline, and then once you go in, it's a compression. So once this compresses, it locks that fucking airline in, and you just don't have leaks. The fronts did come with leader lines, which I think is very cool. My 46 kit did not. I'm running the same airbags, the AirMext. They didn't come with leader lines on mine, so I'm kind of jealous of the boy for getting leader lines on the car. For the wheel speed sensor back here, pull it out. Wheel speed sensor. That uses a 5mm hex. And then of course we gotta take out the calipers. Calipers are 19. And then the bottom down here, this is the bolt that we gotta take out. This one, and they are 14s. So 19 for the knuckle, 14 for those down there. I'm sorry, 17. These are a 17, not a 14. 17, 19, 5 for that, and then of course these are 13s. But as far as I know, I think that's all that is there. Of course, you know, you just swap over the rotor and shit over to that one, and that should be pretty much it. Just gonna take all this shit off, that shit off, and yeah. So, there's one more. Nope, that goes in the lower one. So cool. Yeah, very simple to swap out these knuckles. It seems like. So I'm gonna get the front out, put them in. I'll be back once they're actually in and show you guys how that's done, or what it looks like done. And then my favorite part is probably gonna be either tonight or tomorrow, but the worst part of this all is running all the airlines and the power management stuff. So that's the part I'm dreading the most, so I'm gonna do it last because I don't know, I guess I hate myself, so whatever. I'll be right back. Alright, so sorry I had the fan on earlier. I didn't realize how loud it was. I'm actually listening to music right now, so I don't even realize that the fan was like being so loud. But I did get this side in. One thing I did fail to mention was there was actually 3 bolts down here instead of 2. There's a third one down here. 17, like I said. And then also the end link. The end link was a 16. On the link, there are actual like spots where you can put a 16mm wrench on. And then here I use the 17 for the nut. Now, one thing that I need to bring to Ryan's attention is the new struts don't have a spot for the end link mount. So I'm not sure if AirMext expected us to cut and weld the sway bar link there, or if there's like an aftermarket solution. I'm not sure exactly what the process is, or if there's somewhere like the 46 M3s where 36 M3s, 46 I believe too, the ball joint gets, or the end link gets bolted to the LCA instead of the actual coilover. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's something like that, but I'll do a little bit of research on that and get to let Ryan know. It took me a lot longer than I expected. Wasn't a whole lot of work. It's just like a lot of different things that were just kind of getting in the way. End link thing is going to be an issue. I'm just going to remove the end links completely and just let the front sway bar rock. 46 doesn't have a front sway bar, so it's not like a huge deal. But yeah, I'm going to get the other front done because that seems to be proving kind of pretty hard, so I want to get out of the way. The rear, I'm going to have to get in to here to actually get the struts out. So I'm gonna try it, removing the whole interior or whatever. That's what I'm dreading the most, but getting that done will help me get running the wires and lines to the front anyway. So don't want to do it, but I gotta do it. So yeah, let me put the camera down, get a little bit of work done, and then I will be right back. All right, so I'm kind of documenting as I'm going. Getting the 3 top hat bolts from right there. Let me get some light. See back there? They are in such a pain in the ass spot to get. So they're 13 millimeters, and then we've got this big ass 22 that goes on the strut, but the strut isn't coming out. Now I'm thinking it has like a little thing that it like slips onto. I don't know, doesn't really look like it, or slips, looks like it slides into maybe. So I would need to slide it out of the knuckle. But what I'm thinking is that there's too much tension because this side's still up. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this side, see if it'll drop it, because the sway bar will have the freedom to, and then see if I can get to slide out. So I'll be right back. All right, so after a huge pain in the ass, both rear struts are in. Again, tightening these was just as bad as it was loosening them. As you can tell, there's no space. The only tool that worked to get back there was a ratcheting 13. Yeah, the worst, but they're done, out of the way. I'm glad I actually did do this before I did the rest of the stuff, because the rest of the stuff is actually pretty easy. The only thing that I'm dreading is taking out the interior so I can run the lines to the front and all like the all the electronic stuff for the management. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research on removing the interior as safely as possible so I don't break anything, and then I'll be back with some more desmadre. So all right, quick progress update. I've got these little rubber grommets here for the airlines to run through under the car. I ran them under the car. They are kind of, like I said, they just follow the fuel lines all the way up front. They come up here, go through here, and then into the leader line. I did end up having to use some push to connects that I had laying around, because I'm not sure if the wrong kit was ordered or if they sent the wrong parts, but these are for 3/8 lines. So as you can tell, they will not just, you know, line up or fit in there. No problem, since I do have a bunch of fittings laying around, I can just fix that. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep running some more lines all over. I'll be back once all the lines are ran, front and rear. And once that's done, next is pretty much just the power stuff. So I'll probably have most of the wiring harness in here, just the power cable and the remote wire that goes all the way up to the front. I'll have to check into the fuses over there to see what that's like the ignition fuse, I guess. I do see an orange wire running all the way to the back, which may be from this thing, which I could probably use as a remote wire, so I don't have to run that wire all the way out. But yeah, that should be fun. Not much left to do, it's just a bunch of little teeny weeny annoyances. So I'll get back to it and I'll be back. Alright, we're about 98% done. Everything is ran. I just confirmed that the tank is, where the compressor works, and it's filling up the tank or whatever. I don't hear any leaks. I did have the remote wire tapped into that orange wire, because I thought And then it goes up to that. It goes to this disc changer thing back here. I figured that that only turned on with the car. I was wrong. It turned on as soon as I connected the battery. So all this is done. All this wiring shit is done. I just need to find a way to get the remote wire in here and try and find a fuse for it. Quick update, I don't know where I left off in the last clip, but everything is mounted here. Just a couple simple screws or nuts and bolts. He's gonna get these, or like a custom trunk done or whatever to fit a sub and stuff, so just need something that works for now. Got the rear wheels on. I got all the wiring done. Everything's all done through the door sill. I put the kick panel back in. I'm just gonna put the rear seats back in. I had to raise the strut a little bit, and I still don't. We're still having issues, but everything's ran here. I found a fuse that I can tap into, so I'm gonna go get and add a fuse during lunch time. But yeah, basically, that fat ass tire is hitting the bag. So, homie ordered some spacers and some smaller tires. I think the spacers can get the car out of the garage and like he can actually drive it and everything. But we need to do some adjustments too. So, gotta figure out, you know, if that's gonna be where the shock's gonna stay. The rear, this is aired out. So obviously I still need to make adjustments to that strut. I'm probably gonna max them out because if I remember correctly, there's not that much left on the threads. So I'm gonna max them out, see where it goes. But yeah, this car's pretty much 98% done. Just need to put the interior back together, that fuse, and then get to adjusting the struts to fit the wheels. So that should come within the next couple of days, so this video can be done and I can finally get my garage back. So, see you later. Alright, so, car's officially done. Everything's been set up. Management's all calibrated, everything like that. This is the ride height after some fine tuning. God damn. Alright, so, jeez Louise. After some fine tuning, this is the ride height. Looks good. Now, let's air it out. Perfect, I love it. I need one of these now. I need a 36 coupe, so I'm just gonna throw it on here because fuck it. Nobody watches my videos anyway, but if anyone has a clean 36 coupe that they want to trade for my wagon, I'm here for it. It's got to be clean because remember, this is newer. You guys see what I've done to this thing. You know, the subframe reinforcements, full poly, everything. You know, the interior, you know, the engine swap, the trans swap. Everything is done to the car, so clean E36 coupe, I'm down to trade. So, let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. You know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and see you guys next time.
When we slide, we stay tapping on doors. Ride on triple chrome, glide on them Vogues. Flip on a nigga around, baby, you in a row. Playing with these drums, cause I got them sticks. Trunk bumping in the street, screwed up with my clip. Let them see how out they going, out the blicks. Pray to God,